Hello, everybody. Welcome. Welcome. Hello, everybody. I think, is everything working here? Can you guys hear me?
I can indeed hear you.
Excellent. Forgan, your voice being this clear really is freaking me out a little bit. I'm really like, what the fuck is going on? Hey, everybody. Welcome to a very fun episode of Lunch Zone. Today we're following up with the thing that we did I guess it was last week, wasn't it? Where we played the stuff from Final Fantasy and then commented on, adapting into Final Fantasy 14. And now we're looking at stuff in Monster Hunter World and comparing against the two. That's my really articulate introduction today. I am joined by lovely 100%. People, including one very special guest. If you guys would like to introduce yourselves.
I am Morgan. I am a master's student in anthropology of the cultural variety at UWM.
Is there another kind of anthropology?
Yes, there are 3 different types of anthropology. 3 other types of anthropology.
Mm.
How dare you minimize the discipline of anthropology, David?
Well, some people don't realize that archaeology in America is technically under the anthropology umbrella.
Mm-hmm.
In other places, most people separate archaeology and anthropology, but technically, archaeology is under anthropology.
I see. This makes sense.
I am David. If you guys can hear me, I don't know if you can hear me all that well, but I'm a PhD student here at UW Milwaukee in the English department. Yeah.
I am Hardcell. I am Ren's friend.
Yes.
He messaged me 30 minutes ago to help with this.
Yes. You're also probably the most consistent person watching Serious Play at any given point in time.
I'm that guy with the opinions.
Yes, you do have good opinions, and a lot of them. So I'm very excited to have you on for this. And you guys know I'm Ren, I'm a master's student at UWM. I feel like I am on this channel way too much. I need a life. Not that I think we all actually, me, Morgan, and David all pretty much have the same amount of impact on the channel at this point. It was just over the summer that I was doing a lot. So let's get into this. So first I need to join Hardcell's game.
I joined yours. I'm up in the the multiplayer area right now.
Oh, okay, cool.
So
I'll come up there.
Are you like a human or are you like a demon creature?
No, I'm a human. It's just the skull mask is really good armor, so I'm wearing it. Yeah, I look like the guy from Overlord because this is good armor. So what we're going to do today is we're going to hunt a Rathalos because that's the monster that you fought in the Final Fantasy 14 raid. And then we're going to check out the Final Fantasy 14 content. Andrew is way further along. Or sorry, I should have said Hardcell, my bad. Hardcell is way further along in this game than I am and is wearing the Dragoon armor that they made specifically as a crossover.
Look at that Dragoon armor.
It's pretty cool. I expected it to be way more. Actually, I should ask: does the female Dragoon armor come with the characteristic boob window?
I have no idea.
Okay.
But I also can do this.
Nice. That's awesome.
Yeets himself.
I really want that. I guess you get that from fighting the behemoth.
You unlock the blueprints for it, but I can't even make the helmet because I need more behemoth drops.
Gotcha. I'm gonna quickly go put on some armor that's halfway decent for this. Do you want to do, so in Monster Hunter you have low rank and high rank missions. I don't really care if we do low rank or high rank Rathalos. I think we can handle either. Do you have a preference?
Let's do high rank.
All
if we do low rank with our best weapons, it'll die in 2 minutes.
Yeah, that's true. That's why I'm switching out my equipment. I'm like, do I want to get what do I want? I'll grab the pink Rathian set. I can also do coloration changes, but I'm not gonna worry about that for this. And here's the skull mask. It just has 64 base armor, and then the modifiers are pretty good, so that's why I'm using it. Actually, would the Zor Magdaros set be better for this? I guess not. It doesn't matter that much, honestly. Like, we're gonna crush
really
this thing
doesn't.
regardless.
I mean, Zor Magdaros would help with the fire resistance, but
Right.
whatever.
So each piece of armor has passives, and there's also mastery related stuff if you happen to be wearing a set of armor that like matches. But again, like we're not fighting something super difficult, so like even if I get bodied, hard cell will most likely be absolutely fine. Do I have anything with bring the dual destroyers, but I would need the Zor Magdaros set to unlock them. Also, different weapons have hidden elements sometimes that will be, you know, helpful to you in some meaningful way. But you have to like sometimes be wearing a particular set of armor to unlock that element. So there's a lot of like complexity to the game that is not at all similar to the MMO stuff. You know, I'm gonna pull Zor Magdaros out, I think, just so I can unlock the element on this set. Okay, cool. Let's roll. Also, we have these little companions called Palicos, and they are just helpful little boys. Sometimes they heal you. Sometimes they choose to do nothing. And kind of order
you can
them
give
around.
them
Sometimes
different
these-
equipments to do different jobs.
Yeah.
They stare at you while you die a horrific death.
Sometimes they resurrect you. Sometimes. Really depends.
Sometimes.
So let me queue up the mission. Let's get this thing going. Okay, so let's see what we got. I think I probably just have an optional quest I can pull up for Rathalos. That's not it. We can do Rathalos rematch. That's gonna be fine. Looks like 50 minutes. Reward money's good. Plus, it's an optional quest I can quickly get in. So we'll do 2 players because it's both of us. I don't want anybody else joining us. Do you remember which camp we should start at?
Where is it? Which map is it?
It's Ancient Forest.
It'll be the last camp. Is the one in the trees.
Ah, okay, cool. All right, should be set
The one
now.
that's conveniently named Ancient Forest.
Yes, the one that is conveniently named Ancient Forest. Do you want to eat before we go?
No, we don't need to.
Okay, so you can buff yourself by eating at the canteen, and there's a cool animation where they feed you food, but it's not necessary for this fight probably. And yeah, so this game works entirely differently than in MMO. It's kind of like a weird cross between an action adventure game and like a fighting game. That's how I would describe it.
I'd like to compare it to Dark Souls, where you're mostly just fighting bosses.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
it's very Shadow of the Colossus, but without the climbing part. Well, sometimes we climb. Just depends. But like, if you don't know how your weapons work, you're pretty much SOL. And any like here's the thing: when we say, "Oh, we'll be fine," we mean like we've played this game enough and we have armor enough that like we can take a few hits. Not that this thing can't just decide to body us if it wants to. It absolutely can do that if it for some reason wants to.
It can choose to fuck you up or not.
Yeah, it could like put us in a corner and only do its shittiest attack. That would work.
Yeah.
Am I having a connection issue here? Or are you just running in the corner?
Well, I am looking at the stream. It is stuttering, probably
Okay.
because you're streaming it twice.
Okay, let me
right.
try to take it out of Discord.
Yeah, you can take it out of Discord and you can go with that.
Yeah, the Rathian is sleeping right now, or the Rathalos.
Okay, let's see if it updated on my end. I think that's right. I think it just was too much. So I'm using dual blades, which are basically me giving myself a warm-up period. I have things that are more complicated, but like the fact of the matter is that this is the easiest thing I've got. It's worth doing for this part. Or did you jump down into the hole?
No, I went across the branches.
Oh, well, I'm a dumbass.
A lot more free movement. You're not like stuck in one arena.
Let me just pop back over to the camp instead of wandering around like an idiot for 15 minutes trying to find you. So you can always just go back to the main area. We have about 50 minutes to pull this off, which isn't bad. There are versions of each quest that you can do with a tighter time table on it. And in that case, you'll have to like, you know, put stuff together. Where did you go?
I just got disconnected.
Oh shit.
Oh no.
Well, you should be able to rejoin, I think. I might have to fire an SOS flare. Well, I'll wait till you reconnect. It seems like me trying to stream to Discord was just too much for my setup.
Well, I'm still in the mission, so I'm going to abandon the mission
Okay, we'll just
and rejoin your session.
sounds good. Sorry for hard sell. I'll give you guys some more background while we're waiting. So the thing with the dual blades, and this is what you'll see me do, is that the dual blades have two stances. You have your basic stance, which I can use, like I can pull out with this and start attacking. I have heavy and light attacks, essentially. I can also, run, that sort of thing. I can also, with the dual blades, I can press one of my buttons, I can't remember which one it is now, to switch into this other mode. This is like demon mode. It basically just means I now suddenly am burning stamina to use them, but I can hit a lot faster. Dual blades are probably the simplest weapon in the game. Like,
can you send an SOS?
Yes, I can send an SOS. Can I? You cannot call more players. It hasn't decided that you're gone yet. So I'm just going to up the number of players and then fire an SOS flare. So
You're still stuttering on Twitch, although I don't know if it's me or not.
no, it looks like I am dropping frames. That's a shame.
Drop those frames on the ground.
I don't really know
Dinosaur.
what to do about that. I guess one option,
Okay,
I'll put the stream into high latency mode to start with.
I am on my way. I'm loading in.
All right, cool. I think this is just a super intensive game, and so my computer and my network connection is not handling it super well.
This game has de novo.
Oh, well, that would do it.
That says enough.
Yep.
I don't know what that is. That sounds complicated.
It is a extremely intensive anti-piracy software.
Oh.
Isn't it kernel level access? Isn't that correct?
I think it is.
It's extremely
Is that
low
what
level
Valorant
system access.
was rocking and everyone was really upset about it.
Deathloop has it. Rage 2 had it on release. Tons of games have it. It is very intensive on your CPU and GPU, and it is very restrictive.
Yeah, it looks like I'm just going to be dropping frames for this.
I host a fan game show, so you can obviously tell I'm probably against that. But it also seems counterintuitive in a media environment that really supports engagement across different media platforms, that they wouldn't want players to be more engaged with breaking the game in a way. I don't know.
I am also against de novo. I think everybody is. I can't think of a consumer that isn't.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
One of the things that, like, I was playing Back 4 Blood, and people were talking, like, the people who were really into Left 4 Dead 2 were like, I hope that there's a modding community for it, because that's why Left 4 Dead 2 and Left 4 Dead are so great, is that you can mod the hell out of them. But I was looking at because it's published by Warner Brothers, and I was looking at the Warner Brothers terms and services. Is like, you cannot mess with this, you cannot do this, you cannot do that, and this was just in the beta. So maybe it's just because of the beta, but I'm sitting here like, it's probably not going to be able to be modded easily.
All right, we're about to roll into this fight. But yeah, de novo.
I'm already fighting it.
Nice. Oh, well, we just went right by the monster. Let me see if I can grapple up. It was yeah, I see a grapple bug there. I don't think I'm close enough to it though.
Okay.
So yeah, the fun thing about Monster Hunter is that you're like constantly kind of just trying your best to get in position to kill this thing. But that also means sometimes you're just absolutely getting like, there we go. Now we're in this fight. Let's roll.
Now we can actually fight the thing.
Oh, and I already got knocked over.
You gotta love it.
Woo! All right, yep. We're gonna do our best here. So when I have dual blades, my job is basically to stay in demon stance as much as possible, and also to slide around and just do dumb shit. Like shenanigans are or how this is gonna work. So here we go. I might be able to get it. Nope, can't get it.
No, he just continues to run away. So the walking around and running away from you is definitely something that you see in Final Fantasy.
Yeah. I have to remember where my drinks are. Okay, I got my first aid meds. I'm gonna need one of those here in a sec. Also, right now he can just turn and target me. Up here he goes. Now he's fighting me again. He's decided he's gonna get real aggro. Oh god, fire. Okay, come on, maybe I can pull this off. Come on. There it is. We mounted him. So it's about like also using your environment to put yourself in an advantageous position. Like I had to slide down a hill and jump onto the monster's back. I can't just press a jump button to do that. I have to like specifically roll off of a hill or something.
Yeah, it's a lot more like you're very much in the environment compared to whereas Final Fantasy is just like here is the arena.
Yeah, the difference is of course that Hard Cell's using the insect glaive right now, which means that Hard Cell can just press a button to jump up and get on the monster's back. I can't really do that. You still have to be good enough to like land that jump though. Oh god, into the hole. We only have like 3 deaths across our party before we are just fucked. So we also need to be intimately aware of our health and our blade sharpness. Otherwise we won't do any fucking damage.
I'm not good at the insect glaive. Half the times I jump, I'm meeting myself off this cliff.
This is also not a great place to fight him.
Yes, I am a dragoon, full and proper. But I never use the insect glaive.
Whew. Yeah, you guys are seeing my gameplay, which is a little bit less. I mean, it's still ridiculous, but it's not, you know, it's not trying to yeet myself onto the monster's back in the same way. Like
every
for me,
weapon is anime in its own way.
There we go. That's a good hit. Like max damage for me is rolling down this hill and getting a jump off and then rolling over the monster's back the whole distance, slicing him up. Like that's the best thing I can do.
It's the best thing.
Ugh, all right. And sometimes he just decides to fuck off. Then we have to go find him again. Which is good. I think that if the game like didn't give you these brief moments of respite, especially in the early levels, you would just get your ass wrecked 24/7.
Yeah, it seems like you have a lot to juggle. Like when you said like sharpness, I'm like you have to keep your blade sharp, really?
Mm-hmm. It's like super resource management intensive.
Mm-hmm.
Once you get like the rhythm of it, it's not so bad. But let me tell you, those early levels, whoo boy, I was just getting bodied left and right.
Yeah, and I can see like the pacing of fights. You have to go chase the monster and then attack the monster and then chase the monster, sharpen your blades and all that kind of stuff, which is a lot different than what in like Final Fantasy, where it's just do the fight, all hell breaks loose, and then the fight's over, and then you're good.
Yeah, I don't know how the Final Fantasy, like, what did they take? I guess we'll see what they took from the Final Fantasy game from like 14 and plopped into here, but I'm expecting it to be garbage. I don't know. Do you think most of the event quests are good in this game?
You mean like the crossovers?
Yeah. How do you feel about them?
I mean, they have gimmicks from their original source material, but I don't think they're as interesting as the
is that
proper Monster Hunter fights.
A Rathian and a Rathalos together?
Yes.
Oh God. All the
That is
poison.
another mechanic where some of the monsters have specific involvement with other monsters, where Rathian and Rathalos will team up and fight you together.
Yeah.
Because like one's male and one's female.
Oh. I got
Yeah. We're in a sucky position now because one of these guys is a pain in the ass. 2 of them, I mean, there are worse monsters that could have shown up. Devil Joe could have shown up. Oh,
Also,
Jesus.
Black Diabolos.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Jesus. Or, I mean, I like Basil Goose, honestly. Like, now that I understand what to do when Basil Goose shows up, I just like him.
When they show up when you're fighting a different monster, it can be really tough. But fighting Basil Goose by yourself is fine. Oh, hey, Devil Joe. Time to run away.
Oh my God, you've got to be kidding me. No?
Nope, Angry Pickle's here. He's fighting the Rathian.
Oh no, let's get the fuck out of here. Ah! Speak of the Devil Joe and he will appear.
Why do you call it an angry pickle?
Because he looks like a pickle and he has the most aggro in the game.
He's very upset all the time.
Alright, alright.
if we can get if we run into Angry Pickle, I'll try to get close enough to him that you can see him.
He's by me right now.
Oh yeah, here he is.
Oh no, there's Angry Pickle.
That's Angry Pickle.
Turf War. So this is neat. Turf Wars are sometimes the big monsters who are both aggressive will fight each other.
Yeah, we don't want to get too close to this because he'll just do damage to us instead.
Yeah, so Devil Doe just did 1,500 damage to the Rathalos.
Oh,
That's
shoot.
really cool. That kind of the...
Devil Doe just have the most fun mechanic with the small fanged beast. It'll pick it up in his mouth and use it as a tool to hit you with it.
Oh god, we gotta get out of here. Luckily, he also knocked off a ton of Rathalos material that I can use to upgrade shit.
Because Devil Joe is so powerful, it will pretty much always win that fight.
The one thing... So, like, Monster Hunter seems to have a lot of contingency of... You could be fighting this Rathalos and a Rathaling comes along. Or... The Angry Pickle happens. So it's like a lot of... I feel like there's a lot of things that could happen in Monster Hunter World, whereas Final Fantasy is pretty procedural if we're comparing the two. But I think that's just what MMOs don't have contingency. They're all about learning fights and doing those fights as best as you can.
The same thing here. We have to like learn how the monsters moves and figure out how to track them and stuff like that. It's just that even when you've learned everything, you're still just a dude running around in a world of like kaiju.
Yes. This is an open world game with monsters, so they made a very good job of having the monsters have very specific territories where they'll fight each other, or they will sometimes just leave the areas at will if they're going to get beaten down too much.
Mm-hmm.
And monsters will return to their nests if you damage them enough to try to re-heal themselves.
Yeah, and then you can
also
line up
place
major
traps, such as you can put like poison or sleeping agents on meat, and if a monster is hungry, they'll eat it and fall asleep.
I assume you went back to you went back to the main camp.
Yes,
Okay,
I went
cool.
back to the
Okay,
ancient tree.
Sweet. Yeah, it's nice that we can, once you unlock camps, you can just jump to them wherever. They like, really this game is like a balancing act of giving you enough tools in your arsenal that like you can actually take the monsters down, and giving you enough contingency that you're always like, well, fuck, this thing could just decide to murder me if it wants to.
Yeah.
And some monsters work better than others. I think that like some of the intro monsters, like even as they try to scale them in power, are still bitches because their movesets are super easy to predict.
Oh yeah. There's no way you can make a Great Jagras hard to fight.
No, yeah. That thing just gets its shit rocked every time.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think part of that is... Sorry. Do you think part of that is the design of how, like, is it just the movesets, or is it something else that makes it easy?
I feel like they intentionally made the monsters' movesets for the early game easier. Like, Rathalos it can fly, it has a fire breath, it has a tail that can poison you. Great Jagras pretty much can only body slam you. That's its only, like, means of attack.
Gotcha. I wonder if then in Monster Hunter, or maybe it's unique to Monster Hunter, but somewhere else, it seems like the body of the enemy is important then. I don't know. I've been thinking a lot about like how enemy design and how it moves throughout the space makes it more difficult. So I wonder if like the early enemies move similarly to the later enemies, or if they move around less, or how that.
I'd say their body has a good point of it. The Diabolos, which is a mid-level monster, is extremely hard because it's such a big monster, and it has a charge attack.
Nice cut.
So it just has a massive line hitbox that will deal heavy amounts of damage to you.
Yeah, and also you're trying to like take scales off of the body. You're trying to, you know, cut off aspects of the body of the monster so it can't do certain attacks or damage them. Like
in the first Dark Souls that you just saw, we cut off the tail, so now it can't use its tail attacks.
Yes, which means we can't get poisoned. We can just get fried. And honestly, the poison is way more threatening than the fire breath. The fire breath is pretty easy to ignore. Like, this thing is a bitch now that its tail is gone.
Also, we can now get extra materials off of the tail cut.
Oh,
I
there we
think
go.
like
Nice.
the idea of if you look at how in other games these things move, and, like I agree with Brandon with the idea of like Dark Souls.
Is that the
or-
pickle again? No, it's
Yeah, that's the other
Rathian.
Rathalos. Or Rathian, yeah.
I love like, is that the pickle again? Everyone goes silent. Oh no.
Oh no, the fucking pickle.
The idea of how you move, like movement in those games are very important. Just like dodging, parrying, like rolling in, attacking, and then rolling out. Like the player movement is very important in those games. Where I think in Final Fantasy, almost not moving is the important part. Like being able to not be moving at any given time just to beat him up as much as you can. And moving as little as possible to avoid mechanics is really important. So it's interesting how player movement changes inherently what the fight is about.
Yeah. I mean, in some ways it comes back to like tactics and strategies, right? Like this is like every 5 seconds of this game we're sitting around trying to make up this decision about where you're placed in the environment.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily like the place every moment to moment in other games, but this game is super intensive on like the where is your body compared to the monster's body. Also, the monster's body is like a thing that you have to account for at every fucking point of every moment of this game.
Yeah,
you run off?
You always have to.
I'm gonna try and get the tail. Oh, you're trying to get the tail cut. I'll keep this guy busy while you're doing that. Not that he's.
Well,
a good threat.
Rathian is now, Rathalos is now close to death. You can see the skull on the mini-map for it.
Mm-hmm. I'll pull it.
So now it'll go back to its nest and try to heal itself.
That threw me off.
Which, you know what's behind the nest, right, Ren? What we can do?
Oh my god, we're gonna do the thing on stream. I hope my
Yeah,
game.
let's go get some explosive barrels.
Let's go get some explosive barrels. Yeah, we get to have some fun and do some dynamic environment stuff.
Ooh. I love
Very
dynamic
specific
environments.
points in this game's overworld are unique environmental hazards you can cause to happen.
Go around. I'm gonna sharpen my blades quickly and then let's roll. We might be able to do 2 fights before the hour's out at this rate. Normally we can move a little bit faster, but I feel like trying to demo this stuff takes a little bit more time and care. Also, you are just doing mad damage to this thing.
All right.
All right. Cool. So where are we gonna get those explosive barrels? I can't remember.
Well, I have some made, so I'm going to go back to the camp at Ancient Tree and pick some out of my inventory.
Solid. Yeah, there's also a whole crafting system, which again is centric on taking all of the monster supplies you have and like plants and stuff and just doing a shitload of work to prep for your missions. So like if you're, David, if you're like specifically looking at how bodies are working in this game, like, dude, I mean, like fighting monsters is and getting materials from the world and stuff like that, that's your entire progression. There's not a damn thing you can do outside of that. Like if you were to play this game and you sucked so hard that you could not kill anything, you would be basically progression locked.
Mm-hmm.
You'd have to get a
It's the
friend
name
to
of
come
the
to
game.
it.
The name of the game is
Monster Hunter.
Yep.
hunting some monsters, and you're doing some. And I think grinding is kind of, or grinding or getting, you know, the materials to fight the monsters is part of like the satisfaction of killing a monster.
Oh yeah.
Because I know that a lot of monster hunters like build up figuring out weaknesses, doing actual fights, and if they're long enough, then it's like, wow.
All right.
All right, here we go.
Oh, here we go.
Here we go.
Ah,
There they go.
well, we killed it with the waterfall.
We killed it with the waterfall. I've never
Oh,
seen
did
that
you
happen.
pull an Isengard?
Oh, I've never seen that happen. I didn't know that we could kill it like that. That's
It
incredible.
was so low health. And now if we wanted to, we could jump off this cliff and go and attack the Rathian.
I bet we probably
We
could.
couldn't kill it in time, no, but
Well,
That's
Devil Joe's
hilarious.
also down there, it looks like.
right, I'm going to return to Gathering Hub. First, I'm going to go down here.
Yeah, I'll do this too, just to show them.
Oh, I
don't know
got
how
up.
well it'll look. All right. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so we'll do one of the Final Fantasy ones after this, but you guys get the gist of what this kind of works like?
Yeah, kind of.
Cool. Yeah, there's also like some
Boss
really
fight
interesting
the game.
storytelling stuff going on. Not really interesting in like a good story. It's a very like just here is the bare bones of a story that will get you through fighting all the monsters. But it is interesting because it is about a bunch of people coming over to the new world to kill a bunch of monsters. So like, you know, there's probably some like analysis that can be done of that.
Yeah,
Hypothetically.
There's some analysis, but I don't think the developers put any subtext in the game.
No, I don't think there's
Yeah.
any subtext either.
Well, sometimes I feel like Monster Hunter World and Monster Hunter in general has always kind of been, we want you to fight monsters, so here's the bare bones of the reason why you're here and some things about the monsters, but really you're just here to fight the monsters, so go fight the monsters.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Everyone understands we're here to fight monsters. The story is us like just there to get us to the next monster fight.
Yeah, and I think there's something to be said about knowing where to put your effort. Like Capcom definitely went, hey, we don't need story for this, so put all of the extra work that we would have put into a story into all of the cool mechanics, or doing this or doing that. So I feel like they really hyper focused on what they needed in this situation.
Do you remember what the event quest is called for the Final Fantasy stuff?
Let me take a look.
They'll like, so there are little hints about what each event quest is in the description from the client. Like for instance, the one here, which one is the? I'm seeing if I can find the. It's not Rush of Blood is the Mega Man one, I believe, right?
Oh, it's not in those quests.
No, it's not in those quests. Where is it?
It's not in. You're in events. It's not in events.
Oh.
You guys
It's in special assignments.
Oh.
Special assignments are like where the Witcher quest is and the quest for Final Fantasy is.
You might have to queue it up if you can, because I don't think I have it. All I have is Food Chain Dominator.
You guys could do a different collab if you want to do like the Mega Man collab. That sounds hilarious.
Well, there's no actual Mega Man enemies in this game. You can like make your cat look like Mega Man.
Yeah. The event quests
I don't
are
know
like,
how you don't have it should be called like a visitor from another world.
Visitor from another world. Where do I pick? Let me look it up. I'll see if I can figure out where I pick it up.
You've been slacking on these special assignments.
I know. Visitor from another world. Where are we at? Conditions HR 16 or higher. What is my hunter rank? Oh, my hunter rank's 14. That's how I don't have it.
Oh, jeez.
So yeah,
That
the way
might be
you
story related, where you're locked. Your hunter rank is locked right now.
That's absolutely what it is. There's no way I'm actually a hunter rank 14.
And I can't start it because you can only do the special assignments once.
Oh, fucking Christ. That's annoying. Well, shoot. Maybe we'll just have to schedule another stream at some point. Maybe I can fix this de novo issue, and then the stream will look halfway fucking decent.
Oh, yeah, I modded out. People have made it so you can mod out de novo.
Yeah. Perfect. I can do that before the next one.
What else can you do? What other kind of crossover collabs do they have?
The Witcher. But he can't do that either. He can't do that either.
Well, the thing is that you have like another kind of crossover, but it's not a crossover in the traditional sense. It's a crossover in like the reward that you get sure is a crossover reward. Like I could post an event quest, and event quests are like little live like these were like part of the live service of the game. Like for a limited amount of time you'd be able to do this event, and then by doing it you would, you know, get a reward ticket for something cool. So like one of these is for a Mega Man blaster for your cat. One of them is I think the Woodland Spirit. Yeah, the Woodland Spirit quest, once you hit HR 50, will let you go in and fight the Witcher 3 enemy again.
And you can unlock a skin which is just the model for Ryu from Street Fighter V ripped into this game. We can start a behemoth fight, Rin, but there's no way we can actually beat it.
That's fine. We can at least have a look at it. We've only got 20 minutes left anyway. I don't think we have time to beat it. Is there an event quest that is like the behemoth or something that you can start up?
Yeah, it's called a visitor from Eorzea. It's on the second page.
On the second page? Let me check it out. It's probably like level 50, isn't it?
No? Or yeah, you have to be hunter rank
it's
50 or higher.
extreme, HR 50 or higher. I might be
So
able
we
to
could just
join.
do
We'll
another.
see.
I'll try to start it. We'll see if you can join.
I will get bodied though. I am absolutely have no.
I will get bodied. I'm pretty sure like the only way we could feasibly do this is have 4 people with all master rank gear.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
my quest is on. See if you can
where
join
would
it.
I'm trying to figure out where I go to fucking join it.
Quest.
For, like the
Oh, you're the
crossovers
quest
and
lady.
things, do you think the like ripping Ryu from a game or like in Final Fantasy where you can wear near stuff? Do you think that rips kind of changes the immersion of the game?
I think it's distracting, personally.
Okay.
I can't join it, but yeah, I also
Unfortunate.
agree. I can't. It like on one hand,
It
it is
ruins
cool.
the art style and the aesthetics, and like, I don't want to see somebody in like Dark Souls dressed up as like someone from Nier Automata.
Okay.
That's me personally.
Okay.
But I
think
know a lot of people love those kind of collabs where they're like, they love X person from video games, so they want them in. You know, it's the entire point of Smash Bros.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say, I think Smash Bros has kind of perfected the idea of the crossover as a spectacle of get the game, right? Like, game is no longer like something to be played and a narrative to be enjoyed, but also something that occurs across platforms, across media, right? It's a spectacle, it's an event, it's a crossover that reminds the player that they are playing a video game and they're using elements of nostalgia or whatever, you know, to create a kind of emotional experience that is more about the crossover than the game itself.
I posted
And
a
I do
really
think
dumb
that-
event quest so we can show them what the like peak dumb event quests look
Oh,
like.
it's the Moss Wine?
Yeah.
All right. I remember when I first helped you do this.
Oh my
But
god,
it's like,
I'm gonna get my
I can
shit
imagine.
wrecked.
I definitely agree, David, that crossovers can't highlight the fact that it is a game, because it's like, oh look, this game, because it's just, you know, materially a game, can have other games within it and not be broken, sort of thing.
Do you think that's something that only games could benefit from? Do you think like that could also work in a book?
I
yeah.
mean, in the late 1800s, all the time they would do crossovers with popular like magazine characters, and like popular detectives, and like the early 1900s would crossover all the time. And you'd have like in-universe crossover with like Agatha Christie books. So the video game definitely hasn't invented the crossover.
I'm not saying that, but do you think that just like a character out of nowhere joining a book would work the same way that it does in video games?
Oh my god.
Like a crossover. Like the Final Fantasy style crossovers.
I feel like it would definitely operate differently because in a book you're maybe, I don't know, it takes a lot, like when someone is reading
Oh, Jesus
to be like
Christ.
pulled out of immersion.
Oh, there was like 3 behind me.
Yep, and so these guys have stupid hitboxes, will track you like a motherfucker, and also kill you in one shot.
That's a mossy pig right there. That is one mossy mob.
This is what event quests can be. They're just obnoxiously ridiculous. This is, I think, the hardest one I've done so far. By the way, these enemies in the base game are like just little guys. Oh, there's the, god damn it. See, their hitbox is fucking huge. So bad.
Oh, there we go.
Yep. We're probably not gonna get this on the first go. I probably should switch to a ranged weapon instead of using something that
Probably should
requires
just
me
done an
close.
actual proper monster battle to end the.
I was hoping we could show them the giant moss wine.
Well, here it is.
Well, you know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the giant moss wine.
The giant moss. But like one thing that like fan service,
Oh, we got one of them.
crossovers can get into fan service, right? I was watching, my husband really likes Ready Player One. And whenever I watch something about Ready Player One of the biggest complaints is like, the stuff from the 80s is there, and your childhood is there, but it's not doing anything. It's just there to tell.
I felt the same way about that book/movie.
Yeah.
It's also the same thing with the new Space Jam and the old Space Jam.
I think
well, the new
that's
Space Jam in
less
particular.
fan service and more just referential.
Yeah.
humor.
And I think
Yeah,
one of the
yeah.
things that, like,
Where they're
kind of-
like referencing something, but they're not like invoking what it means.
or they're not incorporating it into the meaning of the story. Because that's kind of one of the things that I liked about the Mirror crossover. Like, yeah, it was weird to have Mirror in Final Fantasy, but they at least put it and planted it in the Final Fantasy world, explained why it was there, and also included like a Final Fantasy character sort of arc within that event.
Yeah, I mean, they tried, and I know what you're talking about. I know the Lightning crossover from a few years ago in Final Fantasy XIV. And in this game, they also try to incorporate it, but the most they'll do is, like, they magically pop out of a portal, and they're here for one monster fight.
Yeah. And I think, like, even the effort kind of, for me, helps when they're like, when it's an obvious reference, and they're like, it's here because we got the licensing right to Monster Hunter, and we wanted to make a battle. Well, you can see they tried to incorporate it, so it feels less cheap than just like, hey, get a Mega Man blaster for your Palico, you know?
Yeah. Oh god, here comes one of them. It's charging across the map. We have to fight that one next. We have no other option. What?
Well,
What?
The other one that you did not, that you
Oh my
chose to ignore, bodied you.
I can't stand that fucking quest. So if you kill all 5 of them, a big like I can't even explain how large this fucking moss swine is comes out. And I shit you not, that moss swine has the same hitbox nonsense as the smaller ones. So now you're dealing with the same horse shit, except it's like 50 times larger. That thing will literally like you'll be on the other side of the fucking room and it will still murder you. I can't. Ugh. So like, yeah, the event quest.
Try that again.
Sure, why not? It's at least funny. The event quests are like that. Like they're not things that you are meant to take seriously. And in that way, they're fun. Like it's fun to do something that's dumb and ridiculous.
Rin, I will say that you're being misleading in that. Like that's the only quest I can think of that's like they took an enemy that's literally non-hostile and made it one-shot you. The rest of them are mostly just like fight this type of group of monster and you'll unlock like special items. That you
I guess
can make.
that's true. It's the rest of them are not like, but they don't like they don't like affect anything in the game any more than like anything else would at the very least.
Mm-hmm.
They'll just throw like 4 monsters at you.
Yeah.
Which normally can't be in the same area.
And I feel like that's kind of interesting that they're like, well, for this one, we're just gonna put a bunch of random things in a box and shake it. Put a bunch of hornets in a box and shake it. There's your event.
That's about right. I mean,
Okay,
I
I'm
think
gonna put on my temporal mantle.
What does that do?
It's the one that lets me auto dodge.
Oh, well that's nice. I need to get that. Shit.
There's a lot of things you need to do in this game.
Yeah, no kidding. I need to get back into Monster Hunter. I forgot how much fun this game is. Yeah, so that
Or you
gun.
get back into Final Fantasy.
Yeah, well, everybody's trying to get me into every fucking game.
Well, one's already dead.
Well, hey, 1 for 1 is worth in this encounter.
Is that just a gun?
Yes.
I have a heavy bow gun, and there's 2 types of heavy bow guns. One lets you have a sniper rifle, essentially, as a special type, and one lets you be a machine gun.
You have a Barrett 50 cal. Like, let's not forget that part. I really hope he doesn't do the whole thing that he does where he just does a fucking 180. Yep, here they come. Oh, yep, there it is. The drifting pigs. God, they suck.
Deja?
Yeah, you could dub that over this. It would be incredible. But yeah, I mean, like, I'd love to go through and do, like, maybe I'll unlock the Final Fantasy quest and then we can do that, like, start to finish on stream, and I'll fix this Nouveau issue so that we're not having, like, a ton of frame drops. God, those guys
There's a point where I just hide up here until my machine gun recharges.
That's a good idea. I'm gonna try and pull that fucking lever.
The gate.
Yeah, the gate. If I can get 2 of them on one side and then pull the gate, we'll be a lot better. Oh, fuck. Okay. Here we go. That just locked them into a tighter area, and now they're gonna come after me. Oh god, he drifted. No, that's the worst. They suck so much.
You also dodged into the same direction as you were running.
Fair enough. I never said I was good at this game.
Can we put down an affinity booster? Let's get some more damage here.
Good idea. I'll try to... I don't know.
Cat, I need some buffs.
Oh yeah, the cat can buff you too, if you wanted to. Alright, that's... Get that. The trick with these guys, if you're using blades, is like to just get slightly out of their charge hitbox, so they have to turn around to face you again before they actually attack.
Oh, one came from behind.
Oh, nice. How many? We got 4 continues remaining. I think we can do this at least to get... I don't know if we can kill the big one, but we can definitely like get to the big one.
Big one.
They're charging you.
Oh, shoot. Oh, fuck.
You have to call out when one's coming from behind.
It's so bad. Oh, man. Sometimes I really think they really did not design this game to be fun in the strictest sense.
This is not normal. Let's be real here.
Oh wow, this moss mine really does not care that you're shooting it in the head. Oh, here we go. I'll try to get its attention.
No, it's gonna go after me. Just don't. I wouldn't get close to it.
Oh, yep, they're charging across the map now. Great.
Great, good. Lovely.
Another one. Oh, jeez.
There it is. Oh, there's a third one now. They're all over. Oh, we got the second one. Okay. Just gonna try and run away.
We just have to kill 2 more.
They're both damaged. Oh my god, look at that.
Run to the other side.
It's a good idea. Hold on, I can... Yeah, you're right. I can pull him over here. Oh, here we go. Okay. Okay, we got him. Just don't get hit by that one. It's charging.
Yeah,
oh, fuck.
I'm keeping this one preoccupied.
I'll just tunk damage into this one. There it is. That's another one down. Whew. So yeah, this is kind of what this is like. All right.
Okay.
Here we go. Whew. All right. So there's a gate over there that the big fucker will come out of. And I'm telling you, it's ridiculous.
I am ready for the ridiculous.
All right. I think if I have to walk close enough to it for the for him to come out. We'll see. Yep. Here he comes.
Oh Lord, he coming.
Oh yeah, he is fucking coming. He's so big. Oh no.
I'd like to note that this game has headshots, but Skyrim doesn't.
Wow, that nimble ass pig just did a fucking 360.
Yeah, I saw that. I got hit by it.
He went all the way around. Oh god, he's gonna try and do it again. Oh god. Ah. I should have dodged the other way. See what I mean? Like, how what are you supposed to do with that?
Well, we beat it before.
We did. We beat it with a lot of patience.
It took us like 30 minutes to beat us on the first try.
It's so bad.
Oh my god.
So that's a real match of Monster Hunter, and then there's like a shit but fun event match. We should probably end it here since it's like 2:56. But you know, next time, why don't we do this again? And I'll, as long as you're willing to, Hard Sell, and I'll get the de novo fixed, and then. So what do we do? I've never actually arm wrestled in this game.
Oh, okay, to mash circle. Okay.
I'm
I'm bad at mashing.
Oh, you still won.
Oh, I won.
Nicely done. Oh, there's a bunch of little shit like that too to let you and your palicos and everybody interact. They did a good job with like if they've done one thing really well, it's building out the world through like these minor interactions, be they between monsters or just other little characters or stuff like that. But it's hard to express that like exactly how unfortunately bad the story is, or I should say unfortunately mediocre.
I wouldn't say bad. I wouldn't call it bad.
It's very
but
mediocre.
It is just, hey, we're following this one big monster. Oh, but there's like other monsters we have to fight to get to it.
Yeah. Zor
That's the story.
Nergigante. So they have great names though. They've done a good job naming the monsters. They're very fun to yell.
Yeah. Well, it's also it's kind of like one of those things where they focus a lot on the mechanics and little tiny itty bitty things. It's one of the things. I remember I played the original Rage and I loved it to death. I loved that game. I know it was not great, but I loved it. But they had like five-finger, like where you're putting. They had like four different mini games that you could interact with, and like there was driving, and there was casinos, and there was five-finger fillet, and there was all sorts of things that made that game really fun to play. Story-wise, not a great game story-wise, but like having fun overall, it was a very fun game. So sometimes you just gotta.
I went back and replayed Rage a while ago, and it really was pretty enjoyable, honestly.
I saw that Rage 2 was really cheap at Best Buy when I was buying my headset, and I was so tempted to get it. I was like, I could get Rage 2 and see if it's good, but I also didn't want to ruin my remembrance of Rage, because I played it on the 360 when it had like 2 or 3 discs. It was a big game.
That...
It was fantastic,
Jeez.
though. It was a
They
great
took
damn.
Denuvo out of the Steam version, from what I understand, of Rage.
Did they
Oh,
really?
That's nice.
I believe so, or else they dialed it down, because when it first started, like TI 1080s like had major stuttering problems with that game because how bad Denuvo was hitting the performance.
I love that the recurring
It got so bad
theme,
they had to remove it.
I love that the recurring theme in this conversation today is just Denuvo fucking sucks. Can we please all agree
It
that
does.
Denuvo
It's
fucking
in
sucks?
Doom 2016. It's in this game. Pretty much any major company that like doesn't really care that much about PC gaming puts Denuvo in all their games.
Ugh. Well, because they think I don't want piracy, so I'm going to put Denuvo, but it's like it inherently.
It doesn't stop piracy.
It doesn't stop piracy, and also it just eats your. It disallows people from finishing your games, which makes them not want to buy sequels.
Some of the Securom was another really bad anti-piracy software that companies used. I don't know if they still use it, but it got so bad on like Assassin's Creed 2, you could only have 5 registers of it, but that was like per
They have,
computer
like,
configuration.
JoJo
So if you swapped out your graphics card, it counters an entire new computer and it
Yo,
ate another
what?
registry token.
You gotta be
Yeah.
kidding me, really?
Nope.
That's fucking awful. That's impressively shitty.
Oh yeah. Securom and Denuvo are awful.
I mean, like, also, there's just the invasiveness of giving a company's program, something that the company has put into their computer or their software that essentially accounts as malware